How you do anything is how you do everything, the hidden system that builds or destroys your life. Most people think life changes in moments. A new job, a breakup, a motivation spike, a decision made at rock bottom. But this belief is false in a very dangerous way because it hides the truth. Your life is not built in moments of intensity. It is built in moments of repetition, not when you feel powerful, not when you feel inspired, but when nothing is happening, when no one is watching, when there is no pressure. That is where your real life is formed, and most people never realize this until it's too late. You are not a person, you are a system. The idea behind atomic habits is simple but uncomfortable. You are not your goals. You are not your intentions. You are not your self-image. You are your systems of behavior repeated over time. And systems do not care about motivation. They only respond to repetition. So when you say, I want to be disciplined, I want to change my life, I want to be successful, you are not describing a transformation. You are describing a system you have not built yet. And until that system exists, nothing changes. The core mechanism, identity, is built backwards. Most people think this process works like this. I will change who I am, then I will act differently. But reality works in reverse. I will act differently, and then I become someone new. This is why change feels fake at first, because your identity always lags behind your behavior. So when you start acting disciplined, you don't feel disciplined, you feel uncomfortable. You feel resistance because your brain is trying to protect the old identity, the identity that is familiar, even if it is destroying you. Small actions are not small. One of the most misunderstood ideas in personal development is this: small actions don't matter. This is completely false. Small actions are not powerful individually. They are powerful collectively and repeatedly. Think of it like this: 1 skipped workout equals nothing. 10 skipped workouts equals pattern 100. Skipped workouts equals identity. At no point does your brain announce, attention, you are now becoming undisciplined. It happens silently, through normalization. Your life is built in the absence of observation. Here is where the phrase, how you do anything is how you do everything, becomes psychologically accurate, not literally, but structurally, because your behavior when no one is watching reveals your actual standards, your actual tolerance for discomfort, your actual level of self-respect. When you are alone, no social reward, no pressure, no accountability, your brain defaults to what is easiest, and that easy default becomes your training ground, not your public behavior, your private behavior. The real enemy is not failure, it is repetition. People think success and failure are dramatic events. They are not. They are repetitions of behavior patterns. Failure is not one bad decision. Failure is repeated avoidance of difficult decisions. Success is not one breakthrough moment. Success is repeated exposure to discomfort without retreat. The problem is not that people fail. The problem is that they repeat the wrong behaviors for years without noticing. Habits are invisible architecture. Habits are not actions, they are structures. They build identity, emotional baseline, tolerance for difficulty, decision-making speed, which means your life is not a series of choices. It is a structure that makes some choices easier than others. For example, if your habit is avoidance, hard tasks feel heavier, discomfort feels threatening, procrastination feels natural. If your habit is discipline, hard tasks feel normal, discomfort feels expected, action feels automatic. Nothing about the task changes. Only your system does. Why comfort is so dangerous. Comfort is not evil, it is neutral, but it becomes dangerous when it is repeated unconsciously, because comfort has one hidden effect. It lowers your tolerance for discomfort. This means small challenges feel big, normal pressure feels overwhelming, discipline feels unnatural. So when life demands strength, you feel weak. Not because you are weak, but because you have trained comfort instead of resilience. The private self effect, the real you. There are two versions of you. One, the public self, what you say, what you show, what you claim. Two, the private self, what you repeat, what you tolerate, what you avoid. Only one of these shapes your future, and it is not the public one. The private self is where your future is being written. Every time you delay something important, choose distraction, avoid discomfort, you are not making a small choice. You are reinforcing a system.